Hello and welcome to Weird Around Illinois. We mentioned in one of our recent podcasts how we would love for you to share some pictures with us. And one of our listeners was kind enough to take us up on that. So let's take a look at those pictures and let's get weird.
Yeah, so he sent us a total of, I believe, 11 or 12 images. So we'll go one at a time here.
And these are essentially Bigfoot tracks.
Yeah.
And I believe they are from Illinois.
What do you say the county was?
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with that. So, hi guys, I stumbled upon this trackway in Bureau County, Illinois, while looking for arrowheads on a sandbar along a creek. I can only send 5 pics at a time. I'll send more in the next email. That explains that.
Okay. So this first pic, the thing that jumps out at me is it looks very narrow for a Bigfoot pic.
True. Especially like the lower part.
Yeah.
It looks very thin.
Yeah. What I look for, especially with the toes, is that it's more spread apart, maybe. Because, I mean, the only reason why humans have pushed in toes like that is because we wear shoes so much.
Yeah, so that would kind of lend credence to the Bigfoot idea. And there is some, I guess I would call it an odd big toe, kind of larger and rounded.
Yeah.
And it's a very long foot. I mean, for a human, that would be a ridiculously long foot.
Yeah, it's interesting. This one is a more of a zoomed out one, it looks like.
Okay.
What's the definition in the toes, it looks like?
It's weird because, like, each side is kind of even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sides are even, and I'm not really seeing much of an arch in the middle. It's very flat-footed.
True.
Yeah.
Which I guess, you know, if we were Jeff Meldrum looking at it, he would say that either means that it's a flat-footed animal or it's a hoax. Often that's the thing that gets messed up on a hoax, is that people have it completely flat. But yeah, I think.
I don't know why, but it kind of looks like it has 3 toes in this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I wonder if they're just kind of bunched, or if the sand kind of filled in, or... I mean, you can't have 3 toes on one foot and 5 on the other, so...
Yeah. It's been some uneven ground.
Yeah.
I think that's 5 toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks more arched than the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I can sort of make out 5 digits.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about these tracks, and I guess this makes sense in Illinois because there's not really a bear population in Illinois, but a lot of times what people think are Bigfoot prints are actually bears walking in their own tracks. You know, like the front foot goes down and then the back foot steps in the back of the front footprint. That makes it look longer, but that could not be these. I mean, just looking at them, there's just no way that that's a bear print. So we can at least rule out one of the most common mistakes.
Yeah, because you could see like the bottom is a lot smaller than the upper part.
Yeah.
In bear tracks, I would imagine they'd be like the same size.
Exactly. Yeah.
I could definitely, I agree with you guys for 1 and 3. Number 2, I don't know. I mean, it's a different scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be anything. But let's just move on to the 4th one. Okay, that's in higher D. Or rest.
Yeah. That must have been more in mud than sand.
I can't make out how many toes there are.
At least it's not the even toes this time. It's kind of going down.
What's weird is the shape of the foot looks different on this one than on the other one.
Yeah, it does actually.
It's more squared off on the other print, whereas this one's more of a slant.
Yeah, and again, like this time, the bottom is around the same size as the top.
Yeah. I wonder if we're seeing 2 different sets of tracks here.
I think so.
That would make sense.
Look at 1 and 4. Or actually 2 and 4. See how even those toes are on 2?
Yep.
And then look at 4.
Before I see it way less even.
Yeah, it's like a slant.
Oh, so you're saying there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just that number 2 is the only one that's different out of these 4.
Well, number 1. Well, I guess you're right. I guess number 1, it could be just the edges of sand that we're seeing there. The toes don't actually go out that far.
Yeah, actually, I see it end right about there.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So just the sand is pushed in, making it look like the toes are longer. So, okay, so we have a 3-toed unidentified creature in picture number 2, and the rest are all this Bigfoot thing we're looking at.
That's what I've been seeing this whole time. It's interesting. So number 5?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay. That slant looks even more pronounced to me.
I don't know what to say about this one. I could see the toes, but not really anything else.
Yeah, must be harder ground. The way the toes dig in, though, that, kind of, to me, backs away from the hoax idea. Because that's like a real foot. When it rocks forward on the step and the toes dig in, and it, at least it's a real foot. It's not, it's not somebody with a board with a, Bigfoot thing on the end of it. Which, with the straight edges, that would be my big concern on some of the earlier pictures.
Yeah, and the fact that there's no bottom to it kind of goes with the idea that you're saying. You step into like the toe.
Yeah. It's almost like he's putting his weight forward on that one. Almost like he's maybe climbing or speeding up or something.
Yeah.
Or it could just mean there's harder ground in the back.
So that's definitely evidence towards some kind of humanoid figure. That's all we could say about these 5. On to the next post. This also includes a lot more information here. I'm gonna skim through this. Some of those prints looked exceedingly odd to me. Yeah, he even pointed out that there were 3 toes.
Yeah, or the extra large big toe. So he noticed
Yeah.
the same things we did.
Alright. Many of those prints led straight into the creek water. There's even one partial print that measured approximately 6 inches across the toe area.
Yeah, see, now he also mentions that this is in cold weather,
Oh, yeah.
which kind of, negates the idea that there's just somebody barefoot walking on the beach. Which, honestly, I mean, that would be the only logical explanation I could come up with for those prints besides Bigfoot, because, I'm ready to rule out, the Bigfoot on a board kind of thing, a simple hoax. I ruled out a bear. So we're now looking at a humanoid. It's either a human or a Bigfoot. And as he said, no human in his right mind would be out walking around barefoot in the cold in the water or at the water's edge.
I guess of the hundreds of millions of people in America, I mean, it could be possible a homeless man was walking through that. It's just, I don't understand why.
Yeah, man with a big foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A long foot. I mean, that's... I think he mentions that there's one print that's 6 inches across at the toe area. Now, I will say that I've got pretty big feet. I think I'm 13 extra wide, and my foot is about 5 inches across.
Oh.
So this thing's bigger than me, at least in the one print that he found. So I don't think that rules out a human. I mean, we could be back to my shack hypothesis again.
Yeah.
But it certainly makes it less likely that it's a large human who doesn't mind the cold.
Let's see that image that he's talking about.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's the one he's mentioned 6 inches for.
Yeah, he used a dollar bill for scale.
Yeah.
Across the toes there.
The print is kind of right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out the orientation there. The bill is across the toes. So the back of the print's kind of lost in the weeds there.
This is probably the last one that we saw where there's no end, like bottom of the toe or bottom of the foot. At least that's what I'm guessing.
Well, I think it's a different print, but it could have been the same thing that left the print. Yeah, because there weren't that many weeds in the old print.
Well, it's a pretty entertaining choice for a dollar bill.
Well, I mean, everybody knows how big a dollar bill is. It is a good choice. Plus, you always have one with you, usually. Well, not me. I think I'm broke now, but still.
Yeah, that'd be pretty wide, that's for sure.
What else has he got?
It's that one more post, which included 5 more.
Oh, okay, cool.
Probably would have been. Oh, is this the one? I thought it'd be.
Okay, so this is in sand.
Oh, so he's showing the full track there. I think you're seeing multiple prints, right?
Yeah, multiple.
Well, one of them is clearly a shoe print. I don't know if that was his.
Yeah.
It's weird, the different sizes.
We're going in all different directions here. This is a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, it's like a Bigfoot beach party going. Is it maybe some of the other pictures a little clearer?
Okay.
Yeah. In this one, it makes no sense because you'd expect Bigfoot to step one way, like let's say lower right, and then see him step again upper left. But you don't see that here.
Yeah, if you see anything on the, well, like I see a print on the lower left there.
Yeah.
And on the upper right, it looks like a much, much smaller print.
Yeah, smaller and like really far away.
Yeah, well, really far away doesn't bother me because that could just mean a really long stride, which is what we'd expect out of Bigfoot. But does he have like one normal or one big foot and like one small three-toed foot? I mean, what?
Is he an amputee?
Yeah. We've got a like deformed Bigfoot on our hands here.
Next one.
This one's even more all over the place.
Yeah, this is definitely a Bigfoot beach party.
I think this whole line is rocks.
Oh, okay. I thought those were prints.
Now I'm second guessing myself.
See, if those are prints, those could be anything. Those could be bears. Those could be canines. Those could be, people. I mean, because you're just seeing like the front ridge on those prints.
I don't see anything super far away in this one, like long strides, but...
No, nothing really clear in this one to me.
Alright, 3.
That I think is a shoe print.
Well, I see his shoe on the right.
I don't see any toes on that one though.
It's not even enough to be a shoe though. There's like weird indentations on it. And I don't see any treads. I mean, I guess it could be an old shoe print and there could be like stuff filling in on it or something. Maybe smoothed out by the weather, but...
It's an upside down shoe print. If you went in the other direction and put his left shoe on that, it'd probably be...
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the heel makes the big indentation where we think the toes are?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, maybe. It's got the curvature for that, I suppose.
And again, it couldn't... Maybe it wasn't his shoe directly, but it could have been someone else's that
Right.
was a different size.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look
Like
at
Shaq.
the one. Look at the one behind it too. That one's
Oh, yeah.
just as rounded.
Yeah.
Pretty normal stride, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think that's probably a person. And it's not even that much bigger than his boot print. Matter of fact, it's almost the same size. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that one.
Okay, and that's a long one.
Yeah.
Long.
Yeah.
Some kind of animal print above it up there.
It's hard to say because we don't have measurements for the.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be really curious to see exactly how long that print was. Because, I mean, just looking at it, it looks really long for a human print. And again, it's barefoot and the angle of the foot seems a little extreme for a human. And the big toe looks extra large.
I can't see any other prints ahead of it, though. Well, aside from the animal ones, but like strides, I don't see any.
Yeah, and again, that would lend credence to the idea that this is something bigger. Because you're not seeing a print in the immediate photos.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he wouldn't show the other print too, along with this one.
Yeah, unless, there's a rock up there or something that the thing stepped on, so there is no other print.
I think that right there could be another print. This little big slant there.
I don't see it, but I don't know. It's possible. I mean, that looks like a little bit firmer ground, so it's possible he stepped there and just didn't leave much of an indentation. But that would be a really short print, a really short stride.
Whatever it is, it's very deep.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, the depth of these prints would indicate something with a lot of weight behind it.
But I'd also like to point out, in comparison to those, it's just as deep. Which, that animal, it looks like an animal print, probably wouldn't weigh that much.
No, good point.
Yeah.
Same depth.
Yeah, maybe it's just really, really soft ground.
Yeah, I meant the one that you're pointing out.
Oh, yeah?
Must be like really deep if it is a footprint.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, that's the only exception. Final image here.
It's a very defined one.
Yeah.
What we talked about earlier is that normally the toes are a little bit more pushed in. The upper side is more pushed in heel.
Mm-hmm.
This one is completely even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever it is, it's flat-footed. Yeah, I mean, if I were a skeptic, and I guess I'm a little bit of a skeptic, but I don't think, one of our listeners would bother to go to this trouble to hoax us. But if they sent this to me in a lab and somebody were trying to get famous off of this, I would say, no, that one's too perfect. That one's fake. Because it's dead even. It's got, you know, like rigid sides, and it's the toes are so clearly defined, and it's like picture perfect.
Yeah.
But the argument against that, of course, is that it's not really picture perfect for a Bigfoot. It would need to be like an inch wider to say, okay, that is definitively a Bigfoot print, which makes it a little more believable. Because, you know, again, not just, you know, that I don't think our guy is hoaxing us, but if somebody's going to go to the trouble of hoaxing somebody, they're going to like take a classic Bigfoot print and get the exact measurements of it and do that exact size. This isn't that. This is longer and narrower, and it looks more like just a really, really large human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And these have been some highly varying images. I'm starting to think that like he found quite a few of them in different places.
Or
places.
maybe even in the same place, but just a lot of different prints from different creatures or people or whatever was walking there.
Yeah.
It seemed like a very popular area, at least that one part of the beach where we saw like prints everywhere.
Yeah, true. If these are true, then there would have to be a lot of Bigfoot in that area, I think.
And possibly different sizes of Bigfoot. You know, a couple of those prints looked like they could have been juveniles. You know, it could be we're talking about a family unit.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a part of me that thinks that maybe this one would be like an adolescent Bigfoot. Maybe that's why it's not as wide and rounded as traditional Bigfoot track that we see. Or maybe Bigfoot in Illinois is a slightly different species and just has a different shape of the foot.
Bigfoot around here is in the end all slightly bigger foot.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just Barefoot Bob who likes to, you know, go out on the cold days and go looking for shells out on the beach.
Yeah.
Sandy shore.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see why he found these prints to be curious, and I'm really glad he sent them to us. I based on what I'm seeing, I can't rule out them being Bigfoot prints.
Yeah.
I think there's a solid possibility they could be Bigfoot prints.
Yeah. At least a good chunk of these.
Yeah.
Some of them I kind of ruled out.
Yeah, there were a couple that looked more like shoe prints, and there were a couple that looked like, you know, they could have been, you know, other types of animals or something. But yeah, the main ones he was showing us, the kind of like this last classic one here with the long foot, the slant of the toes, the extra large big toe. Those are, I mean, you've got two choices, human or Bigfoot. You know, pick which one you think is more likely.
Let us know what you think, and maybe even send in some of your pictures that you've collected of Bigfoot prints or any other cryptid prints.
Or any other cryptids.
Yeah.
We thank you very much for sharing these with us, and we had a lot of fun looking at them today, and we're probably going to go on discussing these amongst ourselves for a long time after this, because they're very interesting, and now I kind of want to visit Bureau County and see what we can find if we maybe do some wood knocks and calls and see if something answers us. That could be the missing piece of evidence that we need here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything sandy shores.
Yeah. So, as always, thank you for listening, and thank you for subscribing.